Well, I think we are live. Grace, what do you think?
Yay, I think we're live.
We are about 5-6 minutes early. Good. Always nice to see if we've got mission go. How's it on your side? Can you hear me okay?
I am checking my screens. I've got a lot of them today.
Look over here.
Oh, I don't want to look over there. You got more, I know.
Hey, over, I guess it's sort of like just having stuff that you say around the house, isn't it? Is that sometimes it will not set you free if you have too much stuff. So, Jerry, Holly, good to have you out there. You are the person so glad to have you here. And I'm counting my screens. I have an iPad right down here. So it's nice to kind of have a confidence monitor to see what you are seeing. That's on, not on the California travel videos. And then I've got another laptop over there. Why, I don't know. I thought I may be able to integrate it, but not so sure. And I've got my 3 monitors, actually 4 monitors. In fact, my digitizer pad, let me see if I can get that going. Someone who's worked in the engineering department for a couple of years, I know enough to be dangerous. So we like to write things down, don't we, Grace?
You do. I do want you to know, though, it's not popping up on Facebook.
Well, I guess we're not going to be on Facebook. I don't know why. Maybe I'm supposed to hit another button there.
There are a lot of buttons, I will say that.
I'm not used to this. So, good question. Here we come. Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Good to have you here. And
hello, Artsy Dude.
Dude, made it. Ha-ha. Good to have you, Senior. I hope things are cooler up your way than they are in our domain. Tell them about how things are here in California. Grace.
111. Hey, Kitty Overstrung. How you doing? So, are we projecting correctly? Can you see us okay? I know Michael's good, but we've got a new camera here for me as a moderator.
Grace is so projectable. Don't listen to her. Her voice is nothing else.
Yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable when it's only my voice.
Now, sometimes we have the two of us together here in front of the what do we want to call this? The production workstation. That the editing bay over there. Grace is actually going to be moderator over there today. So that's how we're going to try it, and that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
And Penny's out there reminding everybody to make sure you hit those thumbs up for us and give us that little bit of a like button.
That, Penny, man.
Give us that bump.
Go check out Panda Fam. She's a family kind of person. Check her out.
She is.
If she wants, that is. I don't know. But, at any rate, she's has a YouTube channel herself and does great things and speaks from the heart. And let's see, we've got some people popping up here. So, yeah, and Overstrung. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a great day and cooler than us.
She says
it was temperature-wise, Grace? About 100.
It's 111 in Petaluma, and Kitty was saying that I think it was 103 there in Occidental, closer to the ocean.
Ooh, that's cold. That's chilly, 103.
Right?
Let's see. Somewhere I have a cell phone. Like I don't have enough devices. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, those of us over here in the Sonoma area, we're not used to this kind of heat. We don't even have air conditioners in our homes. Hi, Vanvita. Is that who you're going to be adding, Michael?
Let's see. Who do we have?
Vanvita.
Vanvita Travels made it here. Hello, Paula.
Okay, so
she'd be great to have as a moderator. So if you see up to the, I don't know if I've got you as a moderator or not, but go ahead and.
Well, I see I can block and I can put in timeout. So yay.
No, you don't want to do those things.
But I don't see how to add her to the chat.
Okay, so see, I'm going to go ahead and get a link up here for Grace and for Paula. So let's see, I think that's like invite.
This is only a test. Nothing can go wrong.
That, Grace? Shame on you. That can give us some bad karma. So we'll start up here in a couple minutes, and with a little bit of luck. Okay, Paul and Grace, if you all want to jump on in, I welcome you to do that. There is the link at StreamYard. So I got to say, the studio is a little warm today. You know, I tried not to put on too many lights, but the green screen, I realized I had to have at least one back there, and I got a couple here for moi, and about 10 screens are looking at me. So at the door, I put a fan. No air conditioning, Petaluma. You know, it's normally in 70s and 80s, maybe high 80s, but today different. So outside, I've got a fan, and then I've got the.
We have a fan?
Yeah, did you see the fan out there?
Oh, I meant we had a fan.
Oh, a fan. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we thought we had a fan.
I have a fan.
We have a fan outside. And then I took a towel and I got it all wet down. And so the wet towel is flowing this way because theoretically, if it's under 100, and I think it is in this room, then we should have some moisture cooling us off my bride.
Did you figure out how to add Van?
I think that, yeah, once she clicks on that link, and let's see if waiting for California travel videos, that says on that screen. So what is going on here? I don't see where you or her have. Did you click that link, Grace?
What link?
There's a link that is on the YouTube.
I don't see a link.
Huh. Well, how about that? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut down this screen just to see if that's giving us some complications. And so yeah, I see the comments scrolling across where everybody's talking to one another. And so among those, I'll try it again. Pay attention this time before it scrolls away. Are you ready, Grace?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. There is a link there from California Travel Videos that says https://StreamYard, blah, blah, blah.
I don't see a link.
Well, you're supposed to be looking on YouTube, but you're already, you don't see it. Where's your YouTube screen?
Right here.
Well, how come everybody else is seeing the text and you're saying you're seeing the text on another screen?
I'm not seeing the text at all, honey.
You see no text anywhere.
I see where it says California Travel Videos. Michael and Grace.
Yeah,
that's a banner.
No, that's the StreamYard, but you don't see anything on California Travel Videos, huh? So I don't think you're in the same screen that everybody else is.
Yeah, because mine says waiting still. So let me hit refresh and see what happens.
Oh, that.
No, mine still says waiting.
I don't know. But, we're going to have to kind of go ahead and proceed, and we'll see if we can figure this all out.
Right, because it's officially 4. So with that said, Michael.
Exciting times. What's that? Is it time?
What's your name?
Oh, we gotta go through the countdown timer here.
We got it.
Unless you want to.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, there's Sherry. Add to stream.
Well,
there you go.
Hey, come on in, Cherry.
How you guys doing?
Doing
Are
great.
you trying to add moderators? Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to get them the ranch?
Okay, we'll put you on the screen in a little bit, Jerry. But we see there. Got you in. Popped you right up. So I think it is 4:02. We are 2 minutes late, honey. We better get this show a rolling.
All right, hit that countdown.
Okay, the countdown. I think that's over in the. Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Grace.
And we are
California Travel Videos.
Welcome to our first show.
First one. Yay. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you.
We are hopefully good to go. And we got a great house in there. And we're still kind of learning the ropes, I would say. Wouldn't you, Grace? We know enough maybe to be dangerous. Are we even dangerous at all?
We're dangerous, definitely. And Van Life with Gina is here, I see. Can you go ahead and add her, honey?
Well, I think
you have an email.
Just needs to hit on that link. And when she has hit the link, I'm going to try it one more time for Paula. This one's for you, Paula. Now, I do see on one of my other screens, it says still waiting for the show. I don't know what's up with that. But
Jerry, are you watching on YouTube?
Yeah, you're live. You've been live for a while. Even before your countdown.
I'm going to go to a different channel and see if it comes up.
Okay, while she's doing that, I will try to entertain you as best I can. So today we're going to be talking about several things. So viruses. Yeah, parasites. Some people would say humans are parasites. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. So we're going to be talking about travel in the coronavirus, COVID-19, or whatever you want to call it, days. And, you know, last night I was on a late show with Video Van Travels. And so, yes, something interesting happened. And hey, Gina, good to have you there. And I think I have you as a moderator also. So if you see this link here down at the bottom of the screen, it's good to have you come on over. So at any rate, I was on a show last night, and so I'm taking a look at a website called socialblade.com. And you can, you know, put in somebody's channel name, or maybe I guess could be Facebook, or, you know, some of the popular sites, Instagram, whatever, and kind of see some of the statistics that they have to kind of get a feel. It may not be 100% accurate, but it gives you a feel. So fine, did that, shared that with Paula, went to bed, got up in the morning, and you know, there's two times you got to be especially careful. Well, I guess whenever you're distracted, if it's late at night and you've been having some, speaking of Corona, I've got my Corona here. I'm going to open up in a second. Thank you, Grace, for getting me a beverage, a libation.
You're welcome. Cheers.
So, cheers.
5 o'clock somewhere?
Yes, that's right. And so, at any rate, or maybe when you're up in the morning, the first thing, you pay attention. So, what happened? I got to a screen, and I'm like, "What's this? I need to update my flash encoder." It said, but the screen didn't look quite right. You know, it didn't look like it was from Adobe, the makers of Flash. I think they call it Macromedia, and Adobe bought it some years ago. But that flash encoder was the way we used to watch videos or play games on the web. And since then, I guess about the time the iPhones came out, Steve Jobs thought it was too buggy and says, you know, we need to have an HTML version. So they did, and now it's built into the browsers, and you don't need the flash anymore. So when you see some of these pop-ups, you should like, use the John decide, don't decide, make say, oh, okay, there's a pop-up screen, I better load it. I will talk about that a little bit more, that I wouldn't want to see you have those kind of viruses enter into your computer with all this other stuff floating around in the air. So we'll talk about that today. I am going to try doing a wheel of names, and we're going to do a giveaway. Grace, I didn't tell you about
You didn't tell me. This is a surprise.
It's a
I don't know what we're giving away, but
it's just going to be like
can
this.
I play?
That was easy.
It's going to be easy. And I know, honey. You know the rules there.
But I don't know the answer.
Well, it's just people will put in their names at a certain point, and then we'll put it in the wheel of fortune.
Okay, well, I'm glad I brought my pen, my paper.
Okay, so we'll do that a little bit later too, and we want to get your questions and participation. So love to have your feedback, advice, and counsel as we go through this. So to kind of start off about, I'd kind of be curious to get your input in terms of what's going on in terms of your travel. So I'm going to let you speak for a little bit, Grace, and I'm going to be taking a look and see why I get this waiting for California travel videos on one of my screens. So,
Okay, well, I got the YouTube video now.
You what?
I have the YouTube video up now.
How did you find it?
I just hit refresh and then it came.
Oh, okay. So maybe I can hit refresh on
So,
this one here too.
Thanks, you
Go
guys,
ahead.
for
Take
being
over, Grace.
patient. We really appreciate you. Jerry, what happened to you? You disappeared. Did we boot you off accidentally?
I just.
Hi, Shanna.
A couple minutes. Sorry, Jerry. Go ahead.
And we're still trying to get Van Life on.
Yeah, let's see if we
Van,
can. Yeah,
Van Vita.
Van Vita travel.
So has anybody been going anywhere? Any travels? Michael and I took a very short trip up near Santa Rosa. It was really nice because the sites were very spacious and they gave each of us our own little porta potty toilet. So it was really nice and refreshing, and everybody was respecting the social distancing. What experiences have you had? Where did we go? What was the name of it, honey?
Up in Santa Rosa,
Yeah, the state park.
it was Sugar Ridge State Park, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, that
Was a
was
mouthful.
during the comment. So we were up there trying to get some good pictures, but it's not as easy as people make it look.
Well, I see if I had another link I get right there, so that will do it. So I assume everybody's found it okay, but not, why are you here? But I do have from a couple people that I might send it to. And did we get any comments yet from anyone about their advice and counsel on travels? Anyone else been traveling?
Tips and trips.
And I see Overstrung says, I can only see the chat room only.
You can't see the video?
Yeah, it's if you go to YouTube and search for California travel videos, and you should see a live stream once you click on our instance of it. There's some other California travel video things to pick up. And I think we're about third on the list.
Hella Artsy Dude said he really loves Armstrong Forest. We love Armstrong Forest
yeah.
as well. Always a lot cooler there.
Tell them about what's going on in Guerneville, or what has been going on the last week or two. Yikes.
Yeah, unfortunately, that whole area is under evacuation warning. I think it's been downgraded a little bit, but they're really close to the fires. Shanna, you haven't been doing any traveling? No, Penny hasn't been doing any traveling. You know, we've got some friends that we met through the Escaper group, and they've actually gotten some great BLM land near lakes, and there's not hardly any people there, but they're going up towards Utah, away from California. California seems to be pretty crowded with the RVers. And Jerry said, I went to Amanda, Iowa last weekend. Amanda, Amana, Iowa. What did you see in Amana? There's so many beautiful places in this country to see. Some of those national parks are almost empty. I was reading about Yosemite, and to get reservations, it's only a few people who are allowed in. So that's something I'd love to score tickets to.
Hey, what's that? Are you going to play some video for us?
I'm not the one who has that up. I like the way you always
Really?
blames me.
That's me?
That's you, honey.
Wow, I didn't know the screen would do it. Well, okay, let's go ahead and show them a little bit of that before we get started.
Oh, ouch. Shanna said that she saw some campers that were trapped. Yeah, there's a lot of fires going on. It definitely makes it. I think if we were to go anywhere, we'd want to get out of California.
So anyway,
at Armstrong Grove, which is at Guerneville, it's about
30 miles north and
west to us, kind of towards the ocean. Beautiful Redwood Grove, and just north of there, there was a huge fire. You know, when we had the lightning storms, it hit with there were tens of thousands of strikes around. We just don't get lightning storms.
It's been a long time since we were in Minnesota myself anyway. And so, yeah, but we had lightning storms, and so it touched off hundreds of thousands of smaller and some bigger fires. And some of them have been tens of thousands, actually more than 100,000 acres burning. So, yeah, Guerneville and the Armstrong Grove was evacuated. And, you know, the redwood trees, they've been around a while. They've been around thousands of years. Like the general, what's the general's name out there? Is it General Armstrong? Sherman. But yeah, they're okay with it. You know, they have such a strong bark, and the rain will actually rain. The fire will not hurt them until the rain comes. So yeah, it'll be fine. And fortunately, the firemen were able to get it mostly under control before today. Thank goodness. Can you imagine having like maybe 50 or 100 pounds pack on and a heavy overalls that you're wearing to keep the flame, the heat away from you so much, with 100+ degrees out there. So, Grace, yesterday you were out at Point Reyes, which is a spot where there were some other fires that I think mostly got under control. But how was your trip out there yesterday?
At one point it was kind of freaky because you could see through the trees these, 5 or 6 funnels of smoke coming up, and you knew that's where the fire was. I actually went past it today because I went out to Bioluminescence, and you could still see a lot of smoke, but it didn't stop people on the 3-day weekend from trying to get on the beaches.
Yeah, it's very interesting times. Now, I've got a comment down here. I better look at her. Shannon Kraft says, "Hi, Michael. Do you have YouTube and StreamYard?" Let's see, I lost that. Open echo. Are we getting echoes?
I hear a little bit of an echo, and that's only in my headset because it's got that little delay I told you about. But we've turned down the volume on every other speaker.
I think we're all down. Let me just do a double check there. Like I said, we're rookies. That one's off.
We love the Charles Schwartz Museum. We were so thankful during the fires of 2017. Charles Schwartz, his widow's house burned down, but thank God most of the artifacts were safe at the museum. Fires and COVID.
These are a few of our not
favorite things. Yep, I'm going to make a toast on New Year's Eve to never talk about 2020 again.
I'll drink to that.
Who else will drink to that?
I've got my green tea here. It's going up. I'll drink my green tea to that. To start.
You have a Corona too, honey.
You know what happened with Corona? It got a little bit warm, and when I opened it, it just turned to suds right away.
Oh, dear.
But that's okay. Suds are a good thing. It's like keep us clean. We want this to be clean. So I see you're getting some comments popping up there, Grace. Thank you for that. You figured out how to operate the comments anyway?
Oh, yeah.
And should we try inviting?
Okay, so Kitty says that when you face to the right, there's less echo, Michael.
Oh, thank you for that, Kitty, because, we're in the same room, and she is on a Logitech 930, which are great, but they do have a problem. So I'm going to put my face or this way, and I think if I project my voice more, that it won't be picked up by Grace, because she is just right over there, as you can see. So thanks for that, Kitty. She's a genius. A genius.
Maybe it'll help and I won't have to hear him twice. Once is enough.
Yeah, it hurts. Hell Artsy says, my favorite place in Santa Rosa is the Charles Schultz Museum. I want to speak about that. I don't know if you know that his name was Sparky. He comes from Minnesota, and really interesting if you go to Wikipedia or other places to learn about him, but quite a guy. So at any rate, I guess like myself and others, it's like you're raised up in a religion, in the Midwest, for sure, don't you know? And so he became good friends with the pastor at my church, St. Vincent's Church, Father Gary Lombardi. They were good golfing buddies, so they would golf every week together. And so, Sparky was quite a guy, one of actually the most successful entertainers in the business. We had that syndicated with many hundreds of newspapers, magazines for his Peanuts column, of course. And then it got to be television shows and other types of things. And so, he does have a museum. But wait, there is more. Remember, he came from Minnesota, and what do you do in Minnesota in the winter? You do ice skating. I was never much of an ice skater. But, he has an ice skating rink up there. In Santa Rosa, it's a little warmer than Petaluma, but, it's 90 on a normal day. But nice respite to go inside and do ice skating. So, he's done a lot of great things for the city and the community, and really great guy. So if you ever get a chance, if you're up in that area, and you want to learn about that, it's awesome. And now that he's passed, his wife, I met her once, did little videos like for her, and a really nice person. So
Yeah, good. So it's fun to see things around. And so, Grace, what are some of the things you would recommend in the Petaluma, Sonoma County area?
Right off the top of my head, I think we've named most of them. I love all the redwoods, and I was so happy to know that, you know, the forest in Santa Cruz, one of the first parks for the state, when that caught on fire, we were all kind of devastated. But the good news is those redwoods are so strong, and they do actually survive the majority of the time. So I love the redwoods. I love our oceans. I love our beaches. I love Sausalito. I love those quaint little off the highway like Stinson Beach, the little towns with surfers and surfboards.
Yeah, the ocean is certainly nice to have when it's a good day. The wind is kind of blowing this way because it goes off the cool ocean, comes towards Sonoma and then Napa and the Central Valley, where it's really warm. And Grace is she's like the bloodhound. If your nose goes up, Michael, I smell the ocean.
I love the smell of the ocean. It's so calming. So I have a major question because I noticed that Hella Artsy Dude has the name Hella. So can you tell us more about where you got that? Were you by chance in the Hayward, Fremont, Oakland vicinity in, say, 77?
Be careful. I know where she's going with this one.
I hella know the story, okay?
At least she has her version of the story, and maybe he has his. So why don't we see what he has to say about the derivation of the word hella?
This is where I play my theme song. Doom, 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 doom,
No,
doom.
no, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Not yet.
So everybody wants to either go to Thailand or have Thai food.
Why don't you get that comment up? I haven't mastered the comments yet. I remember
Okay.
how they work.
Let me see. I did see.
There was one there about the mango shrimp, the okra shrimp.
There we go. Oh, that was a me
let's chat
too.
about that.
Looking forward to returning to Thailand. I went to Thailand for dinner last night. Mango shrimp curry. Oh, but I don't like curry. I like mango and I like shrimp. Noodles, green papaya salad. Ooh, it sounds delicious. And Hella Artsy is typing, so he has a story for us.
Oh, okay. Well, we like stories.
And Kitty, I figured out how to get you up there, but I haven't figured out how to get you down yet. So
Where is she?
Jerry says he loves the beach. Me too. You know, I met Michael on the beach. In fact, it was 9 years ago.
No, wait a second.
What?
Time out. What do you mean you met me on the beach?
I did meet you on the beach. Don't you remember?
That's kind of sounds like there's a backstory behind it.
We met on Linen Tower Beach. We were both in a walking group, and that's the first time I saw him. I saw him. He looked handsome. I said, not bad. Then on his chest was a big camera. I said, ooh, nice.
So that's what
Big, long lens.
Yeah, little Canon 70 to 200 f2.8 lens, and that gets them every time.
But the best part was it was bioluminescence. And I know Kitty knows about that, but if you have ever experienced it, it's so incredible. You can watch on YouTube. They've got some really good videos on bioluminescence, and it's beautiful. Kitty, what's the best time of year to see that? Is it about this time of year, or do you have any tips on how we could pack a picnic and go again? Oh, yeah, we did. Penny says we also got married on the beach. A couple of you were there.
Yeah, man, I had my long hair and
I'm a beach girl.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't have. Well, actually, the day before, for some reason, and this is in like about 10/4, October 4th, and October 3rd, there was this really weird wind. It was like got to be over 60 knots. Well, here in Petaluma, I don't know what it was out by the ocean.
Pre-fire days.
Before the fires, a freak wind, and it took all of the sand. I don't know if you've ever seen this phenomena, but all of the sand was like super compressed. You know, sand, you step in it and it's like goes all over. But this was firm. So you step in it. There was like, I don't know, an eighth, a quarter of an inch that was just firm. And so every step you went, it went squeak, squeak, squeak. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was a special day, darling.
It was magic. Kitty says this is the best time of year to see the bioluminescence, but I bet she knows some tips and tricks on like temperature of weather or, you know, some type of a phenomena that is more likely to happen to make it more probable that you might actually be able to experience the bioluminescence.
How true it is.
Kitty says marriage is a beach.
Yeah, what's up with that? Well, I'm going to see if I can get some screens going here. And here's a new one. So I'm going to talk about what happened to me this morning. Then we're going to get into the virus discussion if you all are ready for that. So here we go. So I don't know if you can see that well. I'm hoping you can. But so, you know, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. And so I told you that I had this pop-up screen this morning on my computer screen. It said, hey, guy, you need to update your Flash. Your Flash is out of date. If you have Flash installed on your computer, you see these from time to time. And like, do I want to do it this month? Is it really necessary? Do I really have anything that works on Flash anymore? I don't know. But this notion of JavaScript and blah, 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 you know, and like macro media, who wants to learn about these things? Like, really, I just want to just drive the car. I don't want to learn about how the compression ratio works on the engine. So, at any rate, here's the deal. I guess that if nothing else, you should know about how to be aware of your computer settings. So this issue, if you have, I think most of us do have Chrome browser. So I'm going to get my Chrome browser and bring it down here on my digitizer pad.
It's got to bring out the digitizer. I knew you would.
There it is. So if you look in the, thank you. If you look in the upper right, oh, and I didn't start up my display setting. So we've got some plans. So Grace, entertain them for a couple seconds. I'm going to get
boys and their boys. And I am going to highlight my own comment.
If I go up and get my...
I can't highlight my own comment. There we go.
There we go, Chris.
Boys and their toys.
Control 8 to minimize, F4 to maximize my pen, and I think I have it. X. Okay, so look over in the, if you have Chrome, up in the upper right there, you see where I have a little arrow that's pointing to the ellipse, a vertical ellipse, if you will. And so if we were to click on that, and you'll notice that there's a pull-down menu and settings, as we want to go to settings. And okay, I want to, I suppose, turn off that and let's highlight something. So, you know, we're looking for a section called settings and privacy, and there it is over on the right. So we're going to erase that. We're going to click on settings and privacy. Okay. There we go. Settings and privacy. So what? So in the privacy and settings section, you can see the first two are stuff with your cookies and your browser, great. But then there's the security and there's the site settings. Oh yeah, site settings. So when we go to different sites, what's going to happen? So I'm going to click on my site settings. And it says, hey, Michael, you've got StreamYard, which is what we're broadcasting through to go out to YouTube and hopefully Facebook. But it says I'm allowing a camera, a microphone, and Facebook. I'm allowing a camera, microphone, and notifications. YouTube Studio, allowing these things. But if we go down a little bit further, what do we have at the bottom here? The bottom, Flash. Oh, let's go ahead and highlight that. Flash. So remember we went through the ellipse in the upper right, and then we did the privacy and settings, and we got down to this screen, and there is Flash. And mine says ask first. And if yours says ask first, that's good. If yours, well, unless maybe you have a youngster or a stranger that
click something when you're not around. Maybe you don't even want to ask first. But let's click on the flash, and it says that, yeah, I have it set to ask first. If I click the other way, it'll just block it altogether. That's the latest version there. So having ask first is good, so that if some of these things pop up, you can at least say, do I want that Flash and the JavaScript to start doing things to my computer? And it won't do things to the central part of the computer initially, but it can do things to your browser. If you go to the site that this computer wanted me to go to, then it would have installed some malware on my computer. So rather than I do a search or something like that, I may end up going to somebody else's site, and who knows what it's going to be putting there. Direct to certain sites, certain advertisements will pop up, and then if you get some more malware that tries to send you, you click on it, it might have somewhere as a keystroke logger. A keystroke logger. Oh, so when you're like signing it to YouTube, it could take over your YouTube? Yeah. So your email, if you take control of your email? Yeah. Also, it might even, when you put your ID and password for your bank, somebody's keeping track of that? Yeah. So these splash settings are important. So when you talk about viruses, I couldn't help but think that, something we might want to be aware of. So I know, maybe you have any experiences with ever having any viruses on your computer before we talk about the viruses in the air. I'm kind of curious. We'll give a couple seconds to respond. And Grace, you're saying it is hot, hot, hot. Isn't it?
It is. It's hot.
Okay. So I'm going to put that screen back up out of the way there. And, by the way, if you want to, I'm going to bring this down. If you want to test to see what your current situation is, if we do a Google search for Flash site test. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go to, if I can find that screen. I got so many screens running around there. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to go to my YouTube, or just my general browser, and I'm going to search for Flash player test. There's Flash player help, and there's Flash player test ultrasound. Yeah, that's the one. That ultrasounds.com. And if you look at it, it says click to enable Flash player. So if it's something, I thought this was a bona fide site. Yes, I really wanted to go there. It's an old site. Maybe I want to watch a video and they still have the old Flash encoding. I could click on it, and then it would put it on the whitelist for that site if you trust it. If you have in the settings, though, where it's turned off, and maybe you don't want somebody else to actually start clicking on these things, or maybe, sometimes you're not paying attention. You want to make it harder for yourself to do that. So something to be aware of. Just thought I would share that. So, okay, Grace, let's go ahead and go back to the two screens again. And I'm going to stop the screen sharing there. Bam. And I think we're back again. And we're ready, I think, to start talking. Oh, here, Panda Pam says, I got a spam call at work, and they were saying that there was something wrong with our social security numbers. But I said, thank you for calling. And it's Panera Bread. How may I help you?
Penny, they took away my favorite sandwich with the bread and the cranberries and the turkey and the apples thinned real slice, or thinned real slice. I'm backwards today. Sliced real thin. I couldn't believe that. In the sharp cheddar cheese.
Sharp cheddar cheese.
Yeah, it was sharp white cheddar cheese. It was so good. And then I went to go get it and break my carb rule and have some, and they didn't have it anymore. That's when we were on our trip, huh?
Yes, it was.
Hello, Lucky Dog Productions.
Lucky Dog. Hey, good to have you here. I hope things going well for you today. What's going on in Lucky Dog territory, I wonder? I'm not sure where Lucky Dog is at. I'd be curious to find out. I haven't been able to find out where some of our friends are located.
Kitty likes Hella Artsy Dude's story. So to go back to that a little bit, he was saying, let me go ahead and go back and read that.
Pop that up.
Okay, he said that.
Bob and Sue, by the way.
Okay, thank you. I worked at a tattoo shop in Berkeley one night after work at an industrial tattoo. The crew and I were all chilling out drinking Stella. I don't drink beer, so
Stella beer is good. I like
but
Stella.
it's Stella Artois beers. I got the idea to repaint the label on my bottle. 2012. Let me get that up here. Is when he did that. So soon later, he had T-shirts made, and he would go to Oakland and sell them on the street during the first Friday at Art Fair.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's in for work anyway in Sausalito, one of your favorite cities.
I love Sausalito.
He's been in San Francisco, and I think he likes the cool country. I can't blame him for that today.
And Lucky says, how are you doing, Michael and Grace? How is Kaliki? Our little boy right now is hiding under the house. He's got his body next to the soil where it might be a little bit more cool. So yeah, he's pretty hot right now. And Lucky says he's in Daytona Beach celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday,
Wow.
Lucky.
Oh, Daytona Beach, how good for you. Congratulations.
And Penny says they might be bringing the sandwich back closer to the holidays.
Oh, good to hear. So it's, maybe it's a seasonal kind of thing. Well, that'll be something for you to look forward to, Grace.
And Hella says, from time to time, he comes across people who won't speak the word Hella because they have some weird thought that satanic. No, they just refer to me as Artsy Dude because Hella has hell in it. Nah, it's not. It was a kid thing. We put two words together.
That really is interesting, though, when you think about it, because, some words could be a term of endearment, or, it could have multiple meanings. So, it is good to know how, depending upon your ecosystem or your tribe or whatever that you're with, is that. And for sure, we're going to start talking about travels, and that is something that is particularly true because, as we know, travel is certainly breaks down so many different prejudices and barriers, doesn't it, Grace?
Yep.
We were in, I want to say Connecticut. Grace, where was it where we had the Mark Twain? Is that in New Hampshire?
No, it was
I
Connecticut.
thought Connecticut, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of the
He
city.
did a lot of travel, and certainly that was what his claim to fame. So, if those of us who have wanderlust in there, and let's go ahead and talk about that. So, interested to find out when it comes to travel with this COVID-19 environment. What's up with that? What's your thoughts on safe travel? I guess I'll tee you off a little bit. Grace, help me with this. So, state parks, a lot of them have been closed down in California. And a lot of states, probably more than half of them, I'm guessing, maybe your state, when you got reservations, it used to be you went to the parks. And I guess we were on a trip last year. Some of Grace, we could go right to the park, didn't we? Just kind of checked in.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Certainly all the ones in What am I going with that? In New York, that was the case. That if you go online, Reserve America is the company that a lot of the states use for reservations. And it's kind of tough. It's sad when you go there. This one's in California where, in our case, the governor then goes in the counties. It's like, nope, shelter at home, or, we're not good enough yet where we can open them. And I'm kind of seeing where things are looking a little better each night. I would go through John Hopkins' website, and I'll take a look at what's going on in different countries, and certainly around the Bay Area. I look at about a dozen or so of different counties to see, what are the numbers, what are the cases, sadly, what are the number of deaths that are going on there. And it has been looking better in the last couple weeks. So I'm optimistic. It was a couple months ago
a lot of states, including California, they said, okay, things are looking better. Let's start opening things up a little bit. Have the restaurants open, barbershops, maybe bars from social distancing, not sporting events, but some other things they have open, churches in some cases. And then it got bad. They closed it back down again in a lot of states. They got 4 states, particularly California, which had had good records up until July. And then Florida, Texas, Georgia, some of those states were getting hit really hard. And so they were going like, well, they were ready to open up schools. I said, no, I guess not. So, but hopefully things are starting to slow down a little bit. And I'm not prophesizing to say, don't worry about it. We still, Grace, her job, she meets people each day. And so how do you handle when you're meeting people, Grace?
Well, obviously try to respect the 6-foot rule and not get too close to each other. And one thing I have found is your smile does show even behind the mask because my wrinkles line up nice. So
No more wrinkles, so that's the plus.
yeah, right. The laugh lines are a good thing because they can tell I'm smiling. But one of the things that I'm curious about. Oh, Kitty says that my mic turned down my mic. Okay.
You don't really
I don't have a mic.
down. No, there's no. Well,
I have a mic. He's back here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's quite so loud. We're sorry about that. Thanks for the heads up.
one of the things that I've noticed is trying to go RVing. Another thing that makes it difficult in California is product and demand. It seems like, with the shelter in place, a lot of people are really enjoying the idea of getting an RV and being in their own little living space and going somewhere that they can social distance. So what this has done in California is the private parks that were normally maybe $60 a night or $70 a night are now $150 a night. So the price increases have been incredible. So that
is true. Yeah. So, for instance, one of the independents that we would go to from time to time. In fact, we did our shakedown tour this place. It's in Bodega, so not too far from where Kitty lives up there in Occidental, a little bit south of the Armstrong Grove in Redwoods. Going out of the ocean there is Bodega. Maybe it's about, let's say, 40 miles north of San Francisco on the ocean. And there is a nice campground, which has been closed. And so, okay, go to the independent campground. And so, gosh, it was normally maybe 50 or 60, but okay, you got the showers, the bathrooms, and the electric hookups, whatever. And now, bathrooms are closed because of COVID-19. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess we can hook up with black water, which I prefer not to. But then it was like rather than 50 or 60, it was 130 or 140 a night. I'm like, really? You can't use the facility, says Gus, significantly over $100 a night. We never paid over $100 a night.
No, yeah, we did it when we were at Myrtle Beach. We stayed at the KOA, and I think that night was over 100.
It was close to it. I don't remember if it was over, but yeah, there might have been some extras, and then we didn't ask for any real extras either. So, yeah, I guess some of the places it's a supply and demand. So I was just looking at one of our subscribers who yesterday had posted a video, and they were up in BLM land, Bureau of Land Management. There's not really a lot of that around by us, but up in the Sierras, up about 8,000 feet, there's some property that's I think managed by the Pacific Gas and Electric, the electric company up in these parts. And, they have some lakes and hydroelectric they have. And so, keep it open for the public. So I think they have a $25 a night up there. And it's what we call dispersed camping. And so that is one thing. And I've heard about some places where they have even shut some of that down. So, if we can be good with our social distancing, I think it's always worth probably checking ahead of time if you're going to be going quite a ways traveling, get the heads up, or do what you like to do. And this application is something that has been very good for us.
And let me pull it up. I go into my folder here for travel. Boy, it's been so long. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it there, but
The green screen is okay.
We've got some of them missing, but in the one up in there says all stays. And so the all stays application, I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to kind of go over towards, it starts out by showing you a map. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is by Sacramento. And let's see if this will focus.
Not too much now.
Starting to not. I'm not going to get the iPad on it. Anyway, as we look at it, it does have integration with maps need to be online. But as I go over here in Tahoe National Forest, and yeah, so you can see all of them. And if I was to select one, I'm just going to pick one by Truckee. And here's one that looks like it's an independent campground. It's called Split Lock Donner Memorial State Park. And it gives the GPS coordinates and says from town, go 2 miles on West Donner Pass Road. You could click in to get directions for it. There's a telephone number to call. Get the website. You can look at the weather and the images. And then at the bottom, it says it's $4, excuse me. Yes, it would be $30 to $40. 46 sites open May through September. Why only through September, Grace?
Where is it at?
Donner.
Oh, well, obviously, because the weather.
It's cold.
Donner also has a state park that is phenomenal place. In fact, I wanted to check if that was still open because that's something I like to go back to.
We'll talk about this in a second. Very good. So they have 2 tent sites, 24-foot maximum on the RV. Wow.
24?
Ours is like 24 or 25. I guess we can say whatever number. We want to make it sound like we're a bigger camper. Oh, ours is 25 foot. But if you only go less into 24,
yeah, but
they're actually categorized as a 24.
Then we have the bikes. The bikes give us that extra.
So we'll take the bikes off, sir. We'll be fine.
Okay.
5,941-foot elevation, tables, grill, water, toilets, showers, firewood, fish, lake, camping, and so on. As well as there are some reviews. And so that is nice to look at also. So anyway, we have found that the All Stays application is what we live by. Now, Campendi and some others are also good. Or just if you want to do, a search, a Google search for camping in an area. And Google actually is friendly for that and shows things. So you can get by with that also. But I love these applications that integrate so much together. So I'm wondering if any of you out there, when it comes to your RV travel in this COVID-19 environment, if you've got some tips, tricks, or traps, we'd like to get those. And Grace, you said you wanted to say it while we're putting some of the comments up. And I see, you asked a question there, Grace. Here's one. The BLM manages all the sea stacks and rocks along the coast. California Coastal Monument.
Remember when we went to the Salt Beach? Remember how they had all the rocks piled up?
Oh, yeah.
We've seen a lot of that, not just here in California along the coast, but all throughout, even in New York, we would see that.
State property, yeah.
Yeah, and then in Montana, remember all that? Kaliki really enjoyed those stacked rocks too. He really wanted to make sure that he gave them special attention.
The tag monster.
Yeah,
for sharing that.
We're gonna rename them Sir P-a-Lot.
So, as far as where to stay or things, I mean, obviously, you can go online and look at YouTube videos and search for certain areas, see what people have to say there, and kind of get a feel for that. But, as far as what's open, I don't know if you all are familiar with Dashboard. Not the website, no. Dashboard, sure, Dashboard. Counties, I guess it must be required by the law, at least in California. I think it probably goes all through the United States, but let's just do that. So I'm going to get a browser here. And let's see, we'll do another screen share. And okay, and yeah, this one here. So, okay, so let's see, where was I? So we're going to go, say, for Sonoma County, which is where we live, Sonoma County, oops, U-N-T-Y. And I'll search for COVID with this. And dashboard is the keyword we want to say. So, okay, so coemergency.org, and that sounds like the place. And here is our dashboard. So you can see that total cases of coronavirus, 66,303, 1.24% of the population. For what that means, active cases are still 2,500, and recovered 36, and then the deaths, sadly, 93.
Wasn't it just 80 like a couple days ago?
Yeah, just the first part of the month, it was like 83, so it's jumped up 10, and that's huge. So, you know, it has not been going well for the last couple of days. And you might say, well, Michael, aren't they mostly in the senior centers? I say, yeah, they really are. So, still, you know, the contagion factor is still more in some counties than others. So, I guess what I'm saying is that you could go back and search for other counties. So, Grace, give me another county that you'd like me to search for.
Any county?
Any county.
Cayuga.
How do you spell it?
Cayuga.
Tell us about that.
Cayuga County. That's in upstate New York. It's the home of the Finger Lakes. It's where a lot of my family is. And I have, I guess anything that you Google frequently will send you news articles based on your search. So I get a lot of information. It looks like their COVID numbers are going up as well.
Okay. So I searched for Cayuga space coronavirus dashboard, and I guess you can see how this one works. Well, it looks like on the first page here, it kind of shows the active cases in isolation. That's kind of a different sort of number, but you can see where it goes up. I guess to the right is more like the current date, and so I imagine they have some other things for number of cases and the like. So, yeah, I think that it's helpful to get information based upon your area if this is a concern for you. Obviously, if you're in a place where it's a remote county, you know, and I'm going to give you one now, Grace. I didn't think about this one, but Modoc.
Is that in
Grace
Minnesota?
Modoc. No, it's not. It's in California, Modoc County. It's in California. I think it'll pull it up. And let's see if they even have things for coronavirus. Total cases has been just 21. Active cases 13. Currently hospitalized. No deaths up there. This is up in the far northern part. It's almost in Oregon. It's almost Alaska. No. Anyway, it's Northwest County. That's where I think they've actually, our state flag is the golden bear, and they've seen bears up there from time to time. So they didn't have any accident until July, and when all of a sudden, man, yeah, they did have some cases. They weren't wearing masks. I think there's hardly anybody gets up there, but once somebody got it, it kind of spread to, you can see in 1 month, it's gone up from 2 to 18. So you're likely pretty good considering the population is 8,700.
Do they have any BLM land up there?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Another place.
They would, yes, answer your question.
Another place I was thinking about would be like Shasta, Mount Shasta.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about had property in Shasta just a day or two ago, didn't we, Shasta County?
So I'd like to hear, you know, from Hella Artsy Do. Do you have a website that we can promote for you today?
Love to do that.
Why don't you go ahead and put that up here and we'll pin it for you so that other people can take a look at it. And let me go back here. We already talked about Penny. And what about Lucky Dog? Mostly like Panda Fam. You can find her YouTube channel under the same name. Meant to be RVing. Isn't that the life? I love that life. I can't wait to get back on the road.
Is meant to be RV? Is Teresa here?
I saw her at 4:30. Are you still here, Teresa?
Howdy, if you are. Anyway, I'm just to finish up with this one screen, then we can get on to other things there.
Okay.
So, as we see here for Shasta County, March through June, maybe just one or two cases, one case. And then in June, they had about 5 cases, I guess. And then mid-July, another 4 cases. So, they're back down to just a couple cases. So you're not seeing much at all in that county. So I would just, without calling them, I would say is that, yeah, I might want to go to Shasta County because it looks like not a lot is happening in terms of restrictions, my guess would be. So once again, just search for whatever county it is, Shasta or whatever, and then COVID, and then dashboard, and you'll get some information that I hope will be helpful for you. So, okay, great. So we were trying to promote some sites that love, good. So tell us more.
Hella says he will have to come back and watch when you upload this. I have some chores he needs to do, so he's going to be signing out. But he does have his YouTube channel and his Instagram account. So if you go ahead to YouTube or Instagram under Hella Artsy Dude, you will find him. Let me go ahead and pin that here.
Absolutely.
And before we sign off on our
Anthony, by the way.
Okay, I like that name, Anthony. I have a kid with that middle name.
Yes, you do.
And
It's a Freightliner step van place. So,
Pardon me?
It is a step liner, and step van is by Freightliner. They're identical, right?
What is that? A step liner?
A step van is one that like the UPS trucks.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah.
We thought about that, especially the
There's some
kind of.
really in fact.
Oh, that would be a blast. And if you're artsy, my son is incredibly artsy, and if he had a gutted RV available like that, I can't even imagine the things he would do to it. And you, honey?
Yeah, I mean, some people that can just take raw materials like pellet and Anthony, and take some wood pieces and just kind of burn them to get kind of a texture and a color to them, and do some hand painted signs, and actually for his YouTube channel. Now, what could be smarter than that? Like, thumbs up, subscribe. I mean,
Wonderful.
for that. I mean, that is such a creative idea.
I love that. And I love taking things that are I love recycled art a lot. So that's always fun when we can turn things into art. And Kitty says that Ukiah has BLM offices, manages 270,000 acres in Sonoma Lake, Napa, Marin, Mendocino, Sonoma, Calusa.
Who has this?
Ukiah BLM office manages 270,000 acres in Sonoma Lake.
Okay.
So there is quite a bit. We need to start looking in more to our own, because that might be a good spot to go.
Overnighters there, but that's really interesting because I have gone to some BLM sites and tried to find it, and I think there's the headquarters is up in Redding, up in Sonoma, Shasta County.
She said Ukiah.
Another one in Ukiah. Well, okay. If we've got one here closer, I will have to do some more search. Thank you, Kitty. Thumbs up, and we're going to give her a big.
Oh, I think your battery's low, honey.
It's just long.
It has been nailed.
Okay, so why don't you tell us about that prize before we sign off here? And
Okay, so
How do you
we're going
get
to give a $10 Amazon certificate. And so what I need, first of all, is anyone who is interested in participating is I need you to go ahead and, how about the word comment? Or just hit the decimal point, the period, whatever you call that thing, the dot. Hit the dot, the enter key. So I know that you're still there if you're interested. And Hello Arts Institute, I'll put you in there if you have to go. I understand, but
yeah,
we want to see whoever's interested. Just go on your chat and go ahead. We'll give you a couple seconds because it takes us a while from when my voice goes to you until it goes out to the internet land. And
Penny says yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. We see Mary wants to get multiple entries. Well, just one place, but that's okay if you did it twice. Okay. Now, RCD's got his in there for the contest. Awesome. Let's see if we got anybody else there today.
Oh, look at that. California Travel Videos is here.
Hey, stop that. Oh, you are not going to contest.
Darn it, I never
The
get
odds
to
are
have
pretty
any
good
fun.
so far. Remember what was the movie? May the odds ever be in your favor?
Oh,
Hunger
God.
Games.
Yes, thank you. The Hunger Games.
Well, we just have a couple right now. So, at any rate, that's cool if that's what it is. If I can figure out to get this going, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get the wheel set up while they're still doing that.
But you have a wheel?
I need to have a wheel if I'm going to do this. I'm not a big wheel, but I need to find a wheel. And so where is my? Oh, there's my wheel. Okay, I'm going to get the wheel down over here in the screen. Doesn't it?
Linda's here. Hi, Linda.
Hey, Linda. Welcome.
Let's put Linda in that too.
Okay.
Get those odds, at least to 1
Right.
in 10 or so.
Field office in Caius. Okay.
I'm gonna put that up
I
here.
had a friend who worked there. A lot of grazing land. He says, well, that would be nice for it.
Yeah, especially in between, if we're traveling like to Oregon to find some places to spend the night.
You got any more? I'll give you a couple seconds to
Okay.
enter in the wheel. This is the wheel. Of
Anybody
names.
else? Just put a dot in the comments, and then we can go ahead and spin that wheel and see who's going to get the $10 Amazon. What does $10 buy at Amazon now?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Amazon, what does $10 buy?
$10 is by swearing at motorists.
What?
I don't get that.
What is $10 buy? Apparently it brings up some singer rock guy.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to be careful when you talk to your droids. You never know what they're going to say.
That's right.
All right. So go ahead and let's spin that
I
wheel.
need to get all the names, and I need to do a cut and paste. So I'm trying to get to see where I find it. There it is live. Okay. Now I need to do a cut and paste. And where do I start it?
Hello says that $10 buys a $10 Amazon card.
I just enter in the menu because I think I see some there. Let's see, where is Panda? Oh, there's Panda. Okay, I see there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy, go over into the wheel of names, do a paste. And there is the Panda fam.
Oh yeah, I like pet brushing gloves. Michael's got some really good combs for Kaliki.
Linda is going to come in. Linda, great to have you here today. And Overstrung for sure.
And Panda's going to buy some lollipops.
Lolly.
A Kindle book. Kindle books are always nice.
Yes, they are. Okay, so I'm going to go over
Oh,
to
look, he's got a wheel. Let me put that up here.
screen.
Oh, I took it down because
Race.
I-
We can't be both clicking at the same time. You
I
get
got
to
click
drive
happy.
it. Okay.
I get to drive?
Let's see. I'm going to
I wanna
do
drive.
hold on. I need to do full screen here so we can have the full things there. And
Wait. There should be
I
5
guess-
names. Oh, yeah, 4. Okay.
okay, it's starting.
Ah, you spun it. Do I stop it?
No, it'll stop myself. It is. Oh,
Hello.
and it looks like it is Hella Artsy Dude Anthony. You are the winner. So if you will give us your email address.
What he sends it to our email, right?
Yeah, just give us. You can email us at. Grace, go ahead and put up
Michael
the banner.
at California Travel
Well,
Videos.
Go ahead and
dot
let's
com.
go back to the 2 screen. Okay, and pop it on up, please. Oh, you're doing it the hard way. There it is.
Oh, whatever.
So Michael at CaliforniaTravelVideos.com, Anthony. That is where you get your
$10. So congratulations, good job. And I certainly feel I've got more than $10 of value watching your videos. So awesome. Glad to have you in the contest. And Penny was so close.
So close.
Very, very close. It's almost like they tease you. It's like, oh, I was going to stop on the blue, but then it like slipped by.
That's okay. Grandma and Grandpa will take care of you.
Oh, goodness. So what else do you all want to speak about? We got anything else exciting? It's been an hour now. We were going to hopefully get an hour's worth of time there. So any other things that you would like to share? And Grace, I'm going to go ahead and pop up a couple other things here.
I like your wheel. That was pretty cool. Did you guys like that wheel?
That's kind of fun.
Boy, you're learning your tools. No lollies. Okay, I will bring you some. I will go to C's Candy, and they have the best suckers, and they're only 50 calories. They've got coffee, or they've got caramel or chocolate.
You're making me hungry, sweetheart.
Oh, I've got steak, and I have heirloom tomatoes. Plus, I got a brand new vinaigrette that's got raspberry flavor. So we are having heirloom tomatoes and steak for dinner.
I think I'm going to stay at this restaurant.
Oh, you get this restaurant every night.
I do.
He's spoiled.
There's one problem with your restaurant.
There's a problem with my restaurant?
Not your restaurant itself. Your cooking, nothing wrong with that.
What? There's a problem with my cooking? What?
There's this dog that always comes over and parks himself in front of me.
I wish we had a picture of that. I wish I could put up a picture. We've started a bad habit of eating at the coffee table in front of the TV. And our wonderful Kaliki will go in front and he will just sit, and he's part of the family. And so he will just wait for little tosses. So he gets quite a bit of our dinner.
He does. It is true. So
Hella says that the wheel looked like a Native American symbol with its 4 fields of color. Yeah, that looked fun. I like that. I want to put something on the wheel next time.
Yeah, I'll get some pictures here that I'm going to share of Mr. Kaliki. And if you were to search for CTV, such as not Canadian television, which is unfortunately gets a lot more than we ever will, but if you search for CTV space Kaliki, Kaliki. So you will come up to this site, and Grace, I'm going to have to, let's see, do something here to. Maybe I'll do it this way rather than have the whole thing go over there. I'm just going to get this page, and let's go ahead and get that screen up there.
We're pimping our channel.
We talked about the Master, so we're just going to go ahead and show.
Well,
that.
if you haven't hit the like yet, be sure to, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to. And I guess we'll probably be signing off with a little Kaliki footage, honey.
We can do that. But here, if you look at the screen there, you can see where, this one, the bigger screen on the right, we were at Quartzsite. We'll be looking forward to going then with the boys and girls in January, end of January. And we climbed up to, I can't remember the name of the hill. It's about 5-6 feet up, whatever it was. At least I like to think it was that high. And he came with me, had a good time. And so there happened to be a cross up there. It's kind of, one of those days that had a lot of interesting clouds, which, it can rain down there in Arizona in January, or not. But that was a just walk and picture. But here's another one. This is where we were
fun.
Out sort of by Fort Bragg.
That was hysterical.
And he got himself, he was digging, I don't know what for. He doesn't really dig, but he was so full of kind of a sandy substance. And so we had to take him out there. So yeah, he's definitely been a part of the family as we go to different places. And there we are in climbing up a hill with me, actually a rock formation in Santa Barbara. So yeah, he's kind of the star of the show, isn't he, Grace?
I think so.
And at dinner time, he wants to make sure he gets his comeuppance there also.
Definitely the best looking.
That I will say. So I think that was about us for our today.
thank you so much for being here. We really enjoy your company, and I guess we look forward to doing this more in the future. This was with Boxcar D. She was not able to make it, and so she said, hey, can we fill in the time slots? So I'm not sure we advertised very well yet, but hey, we at least kind of got the basics of the channel going.
Yes.
Really, Grace?
And we definitely need to learn how to add people better. So
Yeah, I
we
thought
can practice on that.
I thought we had something going
We
there,
did, but
so close.
yeah.
Anyway, thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoyed the show, or you watch it live or after the fact. And Grace, I guess there it shows at the bottom in the banner, doesn't it? YouTube.com, California Travel Vid. We'd like to have it in videos, because it truncates up a certain number of characters. But if you just search for California Travel Videos, we have a website. We have an Instagram page, don't we?
We do have an Instagram. We could use some love on our Instagram. So if you haven't found us yet, go find our Instagram and maybe give us a thumbs up.
So where's our next video? Next video, I think it's going to be for Vermont, almost a year ago. We're pumping them out. So I think our next one will be for Vermont, and then we're going to be heading down south. So going to the Blue Mountains, aren't we, Grace?
Yes, and if you haven't gotten a chance yet, they've got we Arcadia National Park, and then most recently we did the New Hampshire. Beautiful colors. So check them out if you get an opportunity. So thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate your support, and we hope to see you again soon.
So with that, you can go ahead and sign off.
Ready to sign off.
Okay, thank you all for being here. As always, we like to finish with happy trails to you
Happy trails.
until we meet again. You want to try singing on the bar with me, honey? Or do you
Honey,
the bar
they're all going to be leaving anyway, so if
That's
I
the one
start
way to get
singing,
off.
they're going to lose a lot. It'll leave a lot quicker. Happy trails.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Bye-bye.